The Arsenal correspondent at Goal joining you from Emirates Stadium. It is 5:22, so we're just over half an hour away from kickoff here. Arsenal versus Olympiacos coming up. Arsenal obviously leading 3-1 from that first leg in Athens last week. A very commanding position for Mikel Arteta's side with those 3 away goals to fall back on as well. And if you haven't seen the team news, then here it is for you. For Arsenal, there are 5 changes from the team that won against Spurs at the weekend. Hector Bellerin comes back in, Dani Ceballos comes in, Nicolas Pepe comes in, Mohamed El Neni comes in. I'll run through the team in full. We've got Leno in goal, Bellerin at right back, it's Gabriel and David Luiz again at centre back, Kieran Tierney at left back, and then we have Mohamed El Neni and Granit Xhaka in midfield. Potentially it's a 3-man midfield. It might be 4-3-3 because Dani Ceballos is playing as well. There is obviously, you could be playing Dani Ceballos as a number 10 because then you've got Pepe who could be on the right, Willian on the left, and Aubameyang returns and is the captain tonight. So back in the starting 11 for Aubameyang. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what formation they play. Does he stick with a 4-2-3-1 and have Dani Ceballos playing as the number 10 with Smith Rowe and Pepe on either side, or has he gone back to playing a sort of 4-3-3 today? With a sort of midfield 3 of Xhaka, Ceballos and El Neni. On the bench, Martinelli's back on the bench. Reece Nelson is on the bench, actually. I haven't seen Reece in the squad for a long time. So the subs today for Arsenal, the goalkeepers Ryan and Akwanku. Then you've got Lacazette, Odegaard, Holding, Cedric, Partey, Chambers, Mari, Nelson, Nketiah and Gabriel Martinelli. Main news for Olympiacos, Socrates obviously returns. He is back in the heart of the defence here at the Emirates. Both teams are out warming up right now. I will flick over and show you what is going on in a minute. But yeah, Socrates back in North London, trying to find him actually. You can't spot him out there, but he is playing. Oh, there he is. I see him. Yeah, and Jan Mbia finally at the Emirates. For all you who used to love those, the old transfer rumours that did the rounds. That classic story not too long ago. Well, actually it was a while ago now, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, of Jan Mbia potentially signing for Arsenal, having his medical and all that. Didn't happen, obviously, but he is at the Emirates tonight, going to be playing in midfield for Olympiacos. Right, I shall flick over so you can see the teams warming up. Hold on. That's Olympiacos warming up. I will move the camera so you can watch Arsenal, because I'm sure you'll be far more interested in watching the Arsenal warm up than Olympiacos. People asking where is Willian. Willian has a calf problem according to Arsenal, so he's a tight. They call it a tight calf, so it doesn't sound like it's too serious, but that's why Willian is not involved today. That group over on the far side, that is the starting 11 today, and this lot over here warming up, that's where the substitutes are warming up. Good to see Reece Nelson back in the squad for a first time. It's been a long time since we've seen Reece, so good to see him back. Hopefully see Gabriel Martinelli come on for half an hour today as well. It'd be good to see. I think Arsenal got this one wrapped up, to be honest, today. Probably famous last words, they're going to lose 3-0 now, but you'd think even Arsenal are going to struggle to lose this one with a 3 away goals and a 2-goal advantage coming into it. So you would hope it's going to be a relatively comfortable night's work for Arsenal this time. They did all the hard work in Greece last week. People asking about Saka, not sure yet, but I don't think he's too seriously injured, considering he's been named in the England squad, and Gareth Southgate would have been in contact with Arsenal, and the England medical people would have been in contact with Arsenal talking about the severity of Saka's injury, and the fact he's been named in the England squad suggests that he's not out for very long at all. Oh, come on, Nobby. I'm normally the most, superstitious person there is, and I don't even normally give predictions in a game because I fear that I'm going to curse Arsenal, but surely this time, even I'm thinking that Arsenal have got this one wrapped up. Predictions, I'm actually going to give one today, like I said, because I'm so confident that this game's done. I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal, because let's face it, Arsenal always concede a goal. Hi Nish. Ben, thoughts on Kieran Tierney starting? Yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but I did think Arteta would go pretty strong tonight, even though they've got that lead to fall back on. He always tends to go strong in the Europa League. I think we'll probably see more changes at the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tierney not play against West Ham, to be honest, and maybe Cedric come in on the left back on Sunday. I figured he probably still would go pretty strong today. People asking, is it cold in the ground? It is pretty cold. It's raining now. It's just started to rain in the last 5 minutes, actually. It is pretty cold, but it's not as cold as it has been. Robert asking Willian and Saka. Willian has got a tight calf, that's why he's not involved, and Saka obviously with the hamstring injury picked up against Spurs, but not believed to be too serious, so don't worry about it too much. People asking about formation there, is it 3-4-3 or 4-3-3? I think, don't think it's going to be 3-4-3. I'd be very, very surprised if it's 3-4-3. I think it's going to be 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 with Ceballos playing at number 10. Triple A, thank you for your hard work. No problem at all. How has COVID affected sports journalists as SP? Well, obviously it's all very different the way we work now. We come here, sit in the press box. Look, I'll show you. This is other journalists sitting around now in their seats, and we basically have to stay in those seats until when we get here, until we leave. And that's, you don't leave anywhere before. Before the game would be downstairs in the press room where you can work in, downstairs in proper facilities, and then come up for the match. Half time you go back downstairs again, and after the game you go down, do proper press conference downstairs in the press conference room. We'd walk over, wait for the players, speak to the players in the mix zone as they walk through after they've got changed. So you can't do any of that now, so it's all very different. It's a case of coming here, sitting in this chair before the game, don't move for all of it apart from go to the toilet, and then we do the press conference via Zoom, still sitting in these chairs, and then we get kicked out an hour after full-time whistle. So it's all very, very different now. Camilo from Colombia, good to see you watching over there, Camilo. Thanks for the message, appreciate that. Hope all is well with you. Ashaya, we are allowed to get to the toilet, Ashaya. It's the only reason we're allowed to get off we can get off our seats is to go to the toilet. Where is Martinelli, says Edison. He's on the bench. Do you have food and drink with you? No, I don't. I haven't bought anything. We get bottles of water. That's all we can get now. And actually in the last about 3 or 4 weeks they've started giving us teas or coffee. You can get tea and coffee up the top, which we never used to have before. Whereas before COVID, if you're downstairs, you get all sorts of stuff. But yeah, very different now. Sashiba from Taiwan. So apologies if I got that pronunciation totally wrong. Good to see you watching. James, do you think the press situation will go back to normal when COVID is over? Probably, although the clubs, I imagine, really actually like us not being around all the time. They want to keep us away as much as possible. So they'll try and the clubs, I think, probably enjoy it a lot more this way. But I think they're going to have to go back to normal once normality returns again. LS in San Diego, California. That lovely sun emoji. I think you've got slightly better weather than we have here in North London. Priest from Thailand. Ethiopia, Brooke. Good to speak to you. Zaku from South America. No, the cricket doesn't look good. I was just watching it on Sky Go. I had to stop watching it to start this broadcast. And Stokes and Morgan had just got out in consecutive balls, so that's the point I turned off. Akmal says, never see Danny play as number 10 before. I'm not sure if he's played it, certainly for Arsenal, if he's played as an out-and-out number 10 before. Like I said, I don't know, definitely going to start today in the formations that I'm looking at, the team sheets have been, the UEFA team sheets, it's got Arsenal as a sort of 4-5-1 formation, which I certainly don't think it's going to be, but it could well be a 4-3-3. Nathan watching from Croatia, hopefully Dynamo Zagreb can stun Tottenham today and knock them out. That would be a very nice thing to happen. I don't think it's going to happen though, unfortunately. Michael from Poland. No, I haven't been. Oh, have I been to Poland? No, I haven't been to Poland. No, I haven't. Hakon watching from Norway. I'm sure you're loving seeing Odegaard play at the moment for Arsenal. There's so many Norwegian journalists on our Zoom press conferences now since Odegaard arrived. Clearly such a huge figure over there. Nish from good old London, UK. Good to have you with me, Nish. Myanmar. Sorry, I didn't see your name there. Whoever's from Myanmar. Hope you guys are all safe over there. Obviously, seeing what's going on in the news. Hopefully, you're okay and safe, and everyone connected with you is. Khalifa, are you allowed to celebrate goals? But it's a tough one. I'm not going to get thrown out. I've celebrated a fair few. I'm not going to jump around and go absolutely mental like I would do if I was sitting over in my seat, which is directly in front of me. On the other side of this pitch is where my season ticket seat is, where my dad sits, or used to sit until COVID struck. And he now rotates, and someone uses my seat every game, sitting next to my dad. So yeah, I can't celebrate like I would over there, but I certainly celebrated when Lacazette stuck that penalty in against Spurs at the weekend. Jack watching from Devon. I'm heading your way in the summer. Jack for a week with my family and kids. Party's not injured, Anthony. He's just on the bench today. So I think we all saw Partey was absolutely knackered for that last 15 minutes against Spurs. He's still catching up on his fitness levels. I'm sure he'll be back soon. We'll flick over so you can see some of the shooting. Someone talking about Runarsson there. Runarsson's not been registered in the Europa League squad. That's why he's not involved. I think Arsenal had to leave someone out because of the signings they brought in January and the fact he's not homegrown. So they had to leave one non-homegrown player out, and it was Runarsson. People are asking, do you think Martinelli will play today? Hopefully, I'd like to see him get half an hour. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to give Martinelli half an hour now. Terrible finish from Aubameyang there. Is Orba smiling? I can't see if he's Orba smiling. He has wrote in his programme notes, Orba, today in his programme. He said, on my situation, I've spoken with the boss and it's all done now. We move on. That's all he has to say. No Odegaard, no, he's been rested. I'm not surprised. Odegaard's played so much football since he's arrived here. Been playing all the time, so I'm not surprised to see Odegaard get rested today. I thought he probably would. Thought he'd be one of the changes. No Balogun news, I'm afraid, people, not yet. People asking about Willian. Willian's got a calf injury, tight calf, Arsenal saying, so it doesn't sound too serious, but that's why he's not involved today. Someone's asking about who the Okwonku kid is on the bench. Arthur Okwonku's a young goalkeeper. Hello, Iban from New York. Love your city, mate. a creative name. Why haven't Marion Holding started in a while? I think he's settled on Gabriel and David Luiz at the moment. I think both playing well. I think Arsenal's centre-back situation is really, really interesting, really. I think they've got 4 excellent centre-backs at the moment, and they've got 2 that almost, you kind of split them into pairs. I think Holding and Mari play really, really well together. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see those 2 start. Oh, Mohamed El Neni just scored an absolute belter in the warm-up there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mari and Holding start against West Ham at the weekend. I think, as I said, the centre-back situation is really interesting now. You kind of almost have the 2 different pairs. It looks really, really strong for Arsenal. Luke says 6-1 to the Arsenal. Now that'd be a nice score. Should be a fun evening if that's the case. Alex talking about there. I do the whole Balogun. If we sell Nketiah, could Balogun extend? I mean, it's something that is a possibility. The agent is the same. Finish Nicolas Pepe, absolute thunderbolt there. Balogun and Nketiah both have the same agent, so it'd be quite interesting if that is something that's being discussed at the moment during the contract talks of, like, if Eddie does move on in the summer, that's going to give Balogun even more opportunities next season. So perhaps, but I think we'll just have to wait and see. From I've had no new information that anything's really, really close to Balogun, so we'll have to wait. There goes Socrates, look. There's Socrates just walking into the shop, walking down the tunnel. Good to see him back. Right, the players are heading back in now, so I am going to start heading in. I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea before coming back, sitting down here and hopefully seeing what is going to be a comfortable win for Arsenal. Good to see so many of you watching from all around the world and tuning in from all around the world. So wherever you are watching this one, please do enjoy the game and keep your eyes peeled to my social media for updates throughout the match and to goal.com for all the reaction after the game. I'll try and put back on and do a player ratings video as well if I can, but if not, I'll definitely try and do a video in the morning looking back at the game and doing my player ratings then. So until then, everyone have a good evening, enjoy the game, and I will speak to you very, very soon.